answered indignantly, but it was just a teasing remark. There is no real imbalance in my heart. After all such things, he has seen a lot as well, although at the beginning there is a sense of fragmentation. But now, maybe I don't feel much anymore. It's okay, Lao Yi. Then I'll peel it for you to eat. HMPH. Yi Bai smiled, peeled a shrimp perfectly. It was brought to Yi Jun's lips. My wife is still the best for me. Yi Jun was moved and took a bite. Wife, I want that too. Lu looked at Li Banian and Zhang, his mouth agape as he spoke. Tsk, tsk. It's truly a man's competitive nature. Li Baining also peeled a shrimp well. It reached Lu's mouth. My wife is truly wonderful. Lu's mouth said ambiguously, at my feet. Then I've also prepared it for you. Lu Heng gently placed a small bowl in front of him, pushed in front of Yi Qingling. It's all inside. Peeled shrimp. Yi Qingling was moved, looking at the small bowl in front of me. Shrimp wrapped in a shell. Said slowly, Hang Hang, you are so good to me. Now I know. Is my turn done? Lu Heng smiled proudly. I'm always known okay. Yi Qingling chuckled softly, with a hint of seriousness. At this moment he became increasingly resolute in their goals. That is, you must deal with Lu Heng severely. Clutched in my own hands. This feeling of happiness. He wants to experience a lifetime. Cannot let anyone covet it. Then you eat first. Speaking, Yi Qingling gently picked up a shrimp. It was handed to Lu Heng's lips. No need. I just finished eating. Lu Heng politely declined. Eat quickly. Yi Qingling ignored Lu Heng's earlier words, but forcefully stuffed the shrimp into his mouth. Lu Heng was caught off guard by this sudden turn, gave it a strong push. I can only chew on the shrimp in my mouth, bite by bite. He said ambiguously, What are you doing? You startled me. You idiot shrimp. Of course I need you. Take the first bite. Yi Qingling smiled slyly, then lightly licked the tip of the chopsticks. Ling Ling, do you still remember when you caught doves at the age of 1? Yi Jun smiled and said, I know you. Don't say that. As for how he knows, it's because Yi Jun was at home. Tease him with this every day. Yi Qingling hurriedly reached out to stop, but it still couldn't stop Yi Jun from continuing his words. At that time, Ling Ling has just turned 1 year old. Yi Bai and I put him on the bed. Ling Ling put it down. He didn't even look at anything else. Slowly and leisurely climbed to the aviation unit. She embraced him tightly. You say, this is really, As they talked on and on, Yi Jun just smiled. The other 3 adults laughed as well. Dad, everyone is young. When I was a child. Is there anything good to say? Yi Qingling lowered her head, blushing. She expressed her dissatisfaction with a pout, but from time to time, secretly glanced at Lu Heng's expression. Oh yeah. Is there really such a thing? Lu Heng smiled mischievously, staring intently at the red face. Do Yi Qingling, Xiao Han, you were only 6 months old at that time. You definitely don't remember, Lu said with a smile. Then he added, Do you know you? What did you grab when you were 1 year old? I don't know. I don't want to know either. Lu Heng shook his head violently. His intuition told him, I have a very bad feeling. Don't laugh, Ling Ling. At that time, He went straight to hug Ling Ling. You said the 2 of you. She smiled helplessly. Oh yeah. There is also this matter. Yi Qingling wore the same wild fish expression. gazing intently at the slightly flushed Lu Hang. "What are you laughing at?" "Us two. We are evenly matched." "But no one should laugh at anyone." Lu Hang gritted his teeth and said hesitantly, filled with shame and anger, "Initially, we arranged a betrothal for you two. It is also because of this matter. Who knew you would come later? Let's not mention this matter to anyone. Sigh. That now it's all about free love. Those things. Let's not talk about it now." Lu Hang quickly stopped Lu's speech. Okay. No more talking, no more talking. You young people have your own ideas." Lu sighed. "Let's not bring this up again." He turned to Ta Ti Jun. The plan to go sea fishing later. Lu Hang suddenly felt a pain on the top of his foot. He couldn't help but let out a low shout. "What are you doing?" Lu Hang looked at the culprit standing on his foot, gritted their teeth and questioned. "HMPH. I don't know." He Kingling retracted her foot. In a disdainful tone, brought a hint of confusion. "Damn lose you two. If I hadn't heard others talk about free love in middle school, just say when you get home, 'I want to cancel the arranged marriage.' Do I really need to be this exhausted right now? It's also the fault of these adults. The childhood betrothals were never taken seriously. There isn't even a written agreement. The verbal agreement states that if it's cancelled, then it's cancelled. At the very least, there should be a paper agreement. At least I can still use this to threaten Lu Hang. Maybe there will be some benefits." Thinking of this, He Kingling couldn't help but bite her teeth tightly. "Hello, don't always eat meat. Eat some vegetables." Lu Hang looked at He Kingling. "Keep stuffing meat into your mouth." Couldn't help but advise. Then he added a big scoop of lettuce, placed in Yi Kingling's bowl. He knows. Yi Kingling didn't really like eating vegetables, but at the very least, lettuce will still be eaten. Yi Kingling closed her eyes and opened her mouth. Lu Hang fed him. "Oh dear, such a hassle," Lu Hang impatiently complained, but still added a chopstick of lettuce. It reached Yi Kingling's mouth. Yi Kingling immediately became happy. Suddenly, a smile appeared on their face. "The lettuce in the bowl. I ate a few more. Forget it. Anyway, there's nothing going on. This pig head will be mine sooner or later. It's just a matter of time." He secretly smiled sweetly to himself. "Pithead, I want to eat more." Yi Kingling opened her mouth wide, pointed at himself. "Oh dear, you can't finish it by yourself, right?" Lu Hang impatiently added another chopstick of lettuce. The phone reached Yi Kingling's mouth. "Hey, then I will feed you too." Yi Kingling smiled slyly. What Lu Hang is looking at is a wave of fear. No trouble for you. This is me. Can still eat by oneself." Lu Hang waved his hand, then added a bite of vegetables. "Put it in your own mouth. Kaizen Zioki. You're really stingy." Yi Kingling bit down on her chopsticks. The voice only you can hear, mumbled softly. The meal quickly ended amidst laughter and joy. Ijan and Lu Shi, they each carried their gear out for sea fishing. When leaving, still not forgetting temptation, landing the airborne. "Sao Hang. I don't know. I wonder how big a fish I can catch today. It's a pity you can't see it. Let's go." "What a pity. You two are the second. When will it not be empty? Let's talk about this again later. I've never seen you before. When did you come home after fishing?" Lu Hang scoffed and muttered under his breath. The last time I. Didn't you bring one home?" Lu angrily retorted. "Did. I feel embarrassed to bring it up. You last fished in the river. What was brought back was a yellow croaker. Have you seen sea fish?" When can we catch fish in the river? Lu Hang expressed his disbelief with a sarcastic tone. Yes. Just don't worry about it. This time, I'm sure I'll catch a big one. Lu Shi was rendered speechless by the rebuttal, had no choice but to angrily make a decision. Dead. Uncle Lu Hang won't go any more. He has to wake up early for work tomorrow. Yi Qingling walked over, explaining to Lu Hang. Nonsense. If Lu Hang really goes sea fishing with them tonight, then who will sleep with me? Finally, this opportunity has come. I won't give up. Yi Qingling secretly complained in her heart. Okay, then we'll be leaving first. Tomorrow's fish. I'm back to feed you. Yi Jun replied. The two of them carried their gear and left. Behave. Tonight I can finally get a good night's sleep. Yi Qingling rubbed his hands together with a lewd expression. Auntie, what kind of expression is that? Lu Hang frowned slightly. He asked with disdain. It's nothing, it's nothing. I'm going to take a shower. You made the bed. Yi Qingling said anxiously. Then he ran away in a flash. Lu Hang helplessly shrugged his shoulders. Then take the clean bedding from the balcony. Just go back to the room. Going to make the bed. The aisle next to the bed. Why is it so narrow? Lu Hang frowned and complained. Then, with force, pushed the bed towards the other side. Pushed on one side, when she could finally fit in. Then I started making the bed. Ling, come here for a moment. Lai Bai Ning and Yi Bai are on the balcony. She waved at Yi Qingling, who was about to take a shower. Oh, okay. Here it comes. Yi Qingling was puzzled. But still, she placed her clothes on the sofa and walked over. Aunt Lai, what's wrong? Yi Qingling curiously asked. Both of them showed a look of curiosity. What happened to you all? It always feels a bit strange. Yi Qingling said timidly. He also reached out and waved at himself. Oh dear, where are you going? We just wanted to ask how things are going between you and Xiao Hang. Lai Bai raised his eyebrows. Asked with a face full of words. Business. Yo, why are you asking this? Yi Qingling shyly lowered her head. Even the voice sounds a bit hesitant, although I never thought of hiding it. But both sets of parents ask face to face like this. Still a bit shy. Don't pretend. Anyone can see you. I like Xiao Hang. Yi Bai patted Yi Qingling's shoulder and smiled. All right. The progress is just about that. It's okay. Yi Qingling thought of this. Unintentionally chuckled. This is a love story that both families have arranged. Oh no. Hurry up and say it. Don't keep me in suspense. Yi Bai gently nudged Yi Qingling's shoulder. Then Yi Qingling saw Yi Bai and Lai Baining in their hands. I don't know where the melon seeds came from. Looking at himself with a face full of curiosity. It is. Just not together yet. Yi Qingling shyly said. A blush unconsciously rose to her face. Still, not together yet. Not together yet. I just saw that you two look quite like a couple. Yi Bai was cracking sunflower seeds while said in surprise, you know it too well. We've been like that since we were little. Yi Qingling thought of this and couldn't help but pout in dissatisfaction. She is thinking, shouldn't we start training Lu Hang from a young age? Now even some very simple actions. She would find it very normal, because it was a common occurrence during childhood. Ling, you know too. Xiao Hang is a straight man, incredibly thick-skinned, but you can rest assured. He must only have you in his heart. This aunt guarantees it for you. Lai Bai Ning patted Yi Qingling's shoulder earnestly and promised. Then she started to snack again. A handful of melon seeds. Hehe. Thank you, Auntie. I know. Kingling smiled sweetly. There's more. I want to remind you all. You are still young now. That strange and peculiar thing. We still have to wait until we get married to do that. Li Bai earnestly advised. Yi Bai immediately added, even if I have to do it, make sure to take safety precautions. Absolutely ensure safety. Oh dear. Li, Aunt Li, what are you all talking about? It's still in the early stages. True. Really? Kingling appeared somewhat shy and indignant. But in my heart, I'm completely overwhelmed with excitement. All right, all right. I won't tease you any more. Go take a shower. Yi Bainin also smiled a bit. Kingling nodded with a blush in agreement. Then he took his clean clothes and went to take a shower. She kept thinking about it all the way. Just now, the conversation between Li Bai Ning and Yi Bai. Isn't this a complete affirmation? I will be together with Lu Hang. He simply is awesome. Alas, Kingling was extremely excited in her heart, cheering and celebrating constantly. At this moment, Lu Hang still don't know what happened. He is still struggling with the space on the ground. Little did they know. It has already been reserved for myself. These two kids, you know. Yi Bai smiled and shook his head. Pretty good. Young people have their own direct thoughts. Li Bai responded with relief. Hey, your tone of speaking. The more I look, the more he resembles old Lu. Yi Bai also laughed foolishly. Hey, I'm definitely becoming more and more like my husband. Li Bai smiled proudly. Head, I have finished washing. Translation error. Kingling pushed open Lu Hang's door and walked in. Okay. Lu Hang was not polite either. After finding the right clothes, I went to take a shower. After all, today it's not just her and Kingling. There are Yi Bai and Li Bai Ning also there. After Lu Hang left, Kingling smiled wickedly. Then he lay down on the ground, on the freshly laid bedding of Lu Hang. Cecile, rare as time goes on. Kingling squinted her eyes, let out a lazy sigh. Allah, I. She was rolling around wildly on the floor. In a moment, the bed that was just made. It ended up all crooked and askew. Oh dear, I'm so excited. Kingling playfully tapped her own head. Then stand up. Restore the bed to its original state. There's no way. How could she not be excited? Today is simply. Is her lucky day good? Can I sleep with Lu Hang? Both families also supported it. Simply put, fantastic. Thinking of this, Kingling excitedly lay down on the straw mat again. A wave of death rolled in. Ah, she had one hand and one foot on the bed. The other hand, one foot was placed on the floor, presenting a large character shape. Deep breaths, long and dark. She couldn't help but smirk. Kingling, you made my bed a mess. How will I sleep tonight? Lu Hang just walked in after taking a shower. I saw her in the aftermath of the battle. Looking back, he said while embracing, You don't seem to care. You're not sleeping here again. But I'm sleeping here tonight. Lu Hang clenched his fist. I saw Kingling. This indifferent embrace expression. She was so angry she couldn't hold it in. Hee. Then what? I'll sleep on the floor with you tonight. Kingling smiled slyly. Then he turned over on the floor mat. You behave and go to sleep in bed. Lu Hang stepped forward. He firmly picked up Kingling and carried her away. Then it was thrown onto the bed. Having someone like you Did you throw the person onto the bed yourself? He Kingling rubbed her butt, asked with a face full of anger. You made my bed so messy. How dare you question me? Lu Hang stared wide-eyed in a threatening manner, looking at Yi Kingling. At first glance, just show it to her directly. Translation error. Yi Kingling lay in bed with her back turned, no longer going to see Lu Hang, still mumbling half-hearted complaints. Lu Hang couldn't be bothered to pay attention to her anymore. Set the air conditioner to 22 degrees, then happily tucked in the blanket. Lying on the floor, I started playing on my phone. Because it's only 9 p.m. now. Neither of them felt sleepy. Just because. There are 2 adults outside. So stay inside the room. Just be more relaxed. There's still air conditioning blowing. Woohoo! The cold wind from the air conditioner. The wind gently brushed against Yi Kingling. She isn't covered with a blanket at this moment. Still carrying the deep soil, Cao Zhuo, Lu Hang. Not the slightest bit cold. The cold air coming from this air conditioner made her tremble involuntarily all over. She hugged herself and rubbed her arms. Just cover yourself with the blanket if you're cold. Today, I will cure you of this bad habit of not covering yourself with a blanket. Lu Hang heard Yi Kingling's murmurs, lying on the ground, gloating while playing on the phone. Lu Yutu. Yi Kingling turned over. I saw Lu Hang smiling maliciously there. She was so angry that her teeth itched. She originally wanted to reach out, go get the blanket to cover up. But I sighed. Lu Hang had another bold idea. Hey, you forced me to do this. Then you can't blame me. Yi Kingling secretly smiled wickedly. Then she jumped like a piece of wood, taking advantage of Lu Hang playing on his phone. Did not notice her, rolling little by little towards her side. Oh dear! Yi Kingling rolled over, just fell off the bed. It hit Lu Hang. She let out a deep breath. The pressure is relatively light. This demon lord, why is your face so soft? Although I don't want to admit it. But still, it's quite comfortable. Gently rubbing Lu Hang's hand. Can't stop now. Continuously pulling gently. Add, oh dear. Ba yao chi na, ba yao chi na. Stop messing around. Yi Kingling hurriedly pulled Lu Hang, gently rubbing her hand. So, you suddenly rolled down. What do you really want to do? Such a big bed. You were just on the other side. Still can't fall asleep. Don't tell me it was an accident. Once Lu Hang reached out and rubbed Yi Kingling's face. Questioned. Hey! Yi Kingling smiled slyly. Then he pulled back Lu Hang's blanket, crawled in like a little kitten. Hello, why did you suddenly come in? Hurry up and go outside. Lu Hang's face turned red instantly, not only because Yi Kingling crawled into her blanket. Another reason is that this place isn't very big, can't accommodate the 2 of them completely. At this moment, Yi Kingling, half of her body was pressed against Lu Hang, like a bear hanging from a tree. Oh dear. No, no. All right, I don't want to go out. Yi Kingling snuggled against Lu Hang affectionately. Half of his body was pressed against her. Lu Hang's face turned completely red. Those strange thoughts in my heart. Translation error. Holding the phone tightly. Couldn't help but shiver. If you're cold, then just go back and do it yourself. Is that the blanket? Lu Hang turned his head. Dared not to look at Yi Kingling, mumbling with uncertainty. But the voice, the smaller it gets as we go further. The last sentence. It's almost inaudible. Oh dear. Are you shy now? Yi Kingling playfully lifted Lu Hang's chin. Lu Hang felt a rush of shame and anger from her light tone. I'm not shy at all. Don't be here with me. Hurry up and get into bed. Lu Hang's tone, she stubbornly muttered a phrase to mask the shame and anger of the moment. Oh dear, no way. Just let me stay for a while. I promise to go to bed obediently later, E. Kingling said in a slightly spoiled manner. This time she didn't cling to Lu Hang anymore. She was afraid that in a fit of anger, really driving myself back. Aye, you said it. Must go back before sleeping. Lu Hang fell silent for a moment. In the end, I had no choice but to compromise. After all, she knows she won't like E. Kingling. Surely they will stubbornly cling to this place. It might be better to let her be satisfied first. Later, go up obediently. There's one more thing. E. Kingling is really soft. It smells so good. Let her get a little addicted too. But just in case of the last time. She played the rogue. This time, she directly threatened, if you don't obediently go back to bed later, I will just pick you up. Throw it onto the bed. Oh dear, oh dear. I know. E. Kingling slightly frowned. Impatiently, she lightly tapped Lu Hang's chest. But because now she is also sharp-minded, lying on Lu Hang's chest. So she also felt a sense of vibration. HMPH. E. Kingling let out a sweet, light laugh, then increased the strength of the embrace around Lu Hang. The whole person pressed closely against her. It seems like they want to take her away. Incorporate it into your very being. Hi there. Don't hold me so tightly. I'm suffocating. Lu Hang is facing upwards, holding the phone, whispered with a slight blush, "Oh, heh." E. Kingling loosened up a bit. Then she nestled a bit closer to Lu Hang. I started looking at my phone with her. Click. Xiao Hang. Lingling. Do you want to drink water? I lay down. Lie by carefully held a plate of washed plums. Just walked in. I saw the scene before me. Even the plum she was biting into was shocked. All fell to the ground. Along. We are not what you think we are. Lu Hang desperately tried to break free from E. Kingling's embrace. But E. Kingling held on tightly and wouldn't let go, and lied anyway. She has already decided that I will be her daughter-in-law. I have justifiable reasons. What's wrong with a daughter-in-law hugging her son? That's quite reasonable, isn't it? E. Kingling was thinking resolutely in her heart, but her little face also turned red unconsciously. Oh, not. It's nothing. You all continue. Lie by immediately picked up. Listen to my explanation. Lu Hang, unwilling to be left behind, shouted out. But Lai Bai had already run out long ago. The taillights are completely out of sight. Oh dear, what is this all about? Lu Hang let out a sigh of despair, then glared at E. Kingling beside him. Oh, E. Kingling suddenly hummed. Then it was quite interesting. Then let go of Lu Hang's hand. Slowly stood up. Lu Hang was still in shock. He refused to let go just now. Now it's suddenly been released. HMPH. Click. Then he heard the sound of the room door being locked from the inside. Aw, little dear, I'm here. E. Kingling just locked the door. Just a leap. Tackled Lu Hang again. Dot. You're back. Lu Hang's expression at this moment. I locked the door. This way they just can't get in. But that's not what I meant. I asked why you jumped on me again. Damayan, don't look at me with that expression. I warn you. Oh dear. You promised me I could lie here until I fall asleep. Hey. Stop. I said that. Just let you lie down until bedtime. It's not for you to lie down and sleep. Are you playing a word game with me? Damn dear pighead. This can be discovered. Yi Qingling clenched her teeth in silent resentment. All right, all right. Lie back down. Lu Hang helplessly lifted the blanket. But there was a slight blush on her face. It's because of me, agreed to Yi Qingling. Let her. Lying down before sleep. A person cannot be untrustworthy, right? It's definitely not because it's comfortable to hold her that eye. Let her lie back down. Absolutely not. Ah, you're really great. Yi Qingling was excited. Once again, I burrowed into Lu Hang's warm embrace. Like a sloth, held her in his arms. You lie down before going to sleep. Just get into bed with me. Did you hear that? Lu Hang waited for her to climb in. And don't forget to add a threat. Hey, I know, I know. Yi Qingling lay on Lu Hang's chest. She smiled sweetly. What are you watching? Yi Qingling turned to look at Lu Hang. The phone lying in front of me. Watching game live streams. There's a game that's been really popular these days. Translation error. Lu Hang responded while watching. Their gaze never left the phone's screen. Yi Qingling also watched with Lu Hang. Unknowingly, I became captivated, although she usually doesn't play games. However, a good game looks great at first glance. Yeah, hurry up and get up. Go back to sleep in your bed. Lu Hang suddenly had a bad feeling, urgently patted Yi Qingling's shoulder and urged. But, okay, Yi Qingling replied. Then, in a daze, snuggled back into Lu Hang's embrace. Hey, are you trying to play tricks again? This time I won't let you come. Seeing Yi Qingling still hasn't reacted, Lu Hang directly picked her up with a handful of blue medicine, gently placed her on the bed. It seems she is really tired. After carefully smoothing the quilt for Yi Qingling, she lay back down on her own mat. Lu Hang turned off the room light with his leg. The room was instantly plunged into darkness. Only through the window, looking at the countless lights of homes outside, twinkling like stars. After a deep yawn here, Lu Hang closed his eyes and fell asleep. This Lu's you too. Unexpectedly threw the beautiful girl alone onto the bed. The plan to pretend to sleep failed. Initiate the plan. Wait until Lu Hang falls asleep, then quietly crawl over. Just like that, Yi Qingling began her long journey of feigning sleep. She just hopes Lu Hang can fall asleep quickly. So this time, she is very quiet. Didn't even roll over in bed. Lying on my side with my eyes half closed, staring at Lu Hang's sleeping face. Time passes second by second. The room is enveloped in tranquility. It felt as if I could hear my own heartbeat, intertwined with Lu Hang's steady breaths. Yi Qingling's gaze, always focused on Lu Hang, observing every subtle movement and change in her expression. She saw Lu Hang's furrowed brow. Occasionally it will slightly furrow. It seems I encountered something troubling in my dream, but soon it relaxed again. The corners of the mouth sometimes gently rise. It feels like dreaming of something joyful. Watching her sleeping face, Yi Qingling felt a warm sensation rising in her heart, uncertain how much time has passed. The scattered lights of the stars outside gradually dimmed. The entire city has fallen into a deep sleep. Only the moonlight spills through the window onto the windowsill. A layer of soft light sand formed. It gives a sense of tranquility and mystery. Finally, the sound of steady breathing gradually emerged from the aviation side. Her chest rose and fell slightly. Clearly, he has fallen completely asleep. Aha! Yi Qingling couldn't help but chuckle softly. Finally, this long and torturous wait can come to an end. Lu Hang, Lu Hang. Yi Qingling carefully got out of bed. Squatting down beside Lu Hang, gently called out, No response. Do. E Kingling was still not at ease. This moment, she gently tapped Lu Hang's arm. Still no response. Awesome. Finally confirmed. After Lu Hang fell completely asleep, E Kingling excitedly burrowed into her blanket once again. It's really comfortable. Is hot. E Kingling curled up in her embrace. Could not help but exclaim. The familiar scent on Wen Jialu's body, listening to the sound of her heartbeat. E Kingling at this moment. Finally, I completely relaxed. That kind of physical and mental exhaustion completely dissipate at this moment. Hong, you smell so good. E Kingling gently touched Lu Hang's cheek. Saliva couldn't help but flowed down. This slide. E Kingling quickly inhaled, sucking in the drool that flows straight down, although it has already dripped a little onto the clothes of the airborne unit. Well, E Kingling looked at a small watered stain on Lu Hang's clothes. A gasp escaped. Gently stick together. He rubbed his foot in his hand. It got bitter. Forget it. Forget it. Anyway, it will be done by tomorrow morning. This pig-head will definitely not notice. Pig, so handsome. E Kingling chuckled, gently pinched Lu Hang's cheek. Soft and tender. Really? From childhood to adulthood, I've never gotten enough of it. I really want to lock you up. This way I can watch it every day. Thinking of this, E Kingling's gaze, unavoidably showing a hint of frailness and a strong sense of possessiveness. But this kind of thinking, she only dared to think about it. After all, if it really comes to this, she is afraid that Lu Hang dislikes her. This is almost worse than killing her, still making her feel uncomfortable. All right. E Kingling couldn't help but lean against Lu Hang's chest. Gently nudged. She didn't dare to exert too much force. What if we wake up Lu Hang? She would have to be thrown back onto that lonely bed again. Last time, we didn't kiss enough. I will make up for everything this time. E Kingling clenched her fist quietly, lips with no patience at all. Just leaned close to Lu Hang's cheek. Now, she gently tapped first. Lu Hang shows no reaction at all. Became increasingly bold. Directly took a bite. The subtle sound of skin rebounding, in this quiet room, sounded particularly jarring. Finished. I couldn't help but use too much strength. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. I Kingling was so frightened that she curled up under the blanket, fearing that Lu Hang might suddenly wake up. She is wondering if she's next time. Should we give Lu Hang some sleeping pills? Like this, you don't need to do it yourself. It's so nerve-wracking. At that time, we will be able to do things openly and above board. Isn't it more than now? Lu Hang let out a deep sigh. Then there were no other movements. Awesome. E Kingling couldn't help but whisper her relief. Forget it. That thing is bad for your health. Let's leave it like this for now. After taking down Lu Hang, it can be bright and upright every day, doing strange and unusual things. Chomp chomp. Lu Hang smacked his lips in his sleep. Those soft and elastic lips. The two pieces touched and quivered slightly. What was shown to Yi Kingling was bewildered and confused. Yi Kingling lay quietly on her side, gazing at Lu Hang's sleeping face. An indescribable emotion surged within my heart. Her lips parted slightly, a soft popping sound. It felt like tasting something delicious in a dream. That voice echoed in the silent room. Appeared particularly clear. It's particularly tempting. E Kingling involuntarily moved a little closer. Her gaze was fixed tightly, staring at Lu Hang's lips. as if drawn by an invisible force. Her heart began to race. Breathing became rapid. She suddenly felt a sense of strong desire to commit a crime. He wanted to kiss her lips, feel her warmth and soft loneliness. Kindling only felt a wave of dry mouth and tongue, couldn't help but swallow, wiped the drool that was slightly dripping from the corner of her mouth. Her rational mind told her, this is not right. But her emotions were uncontrollable. Her hand slowly reached towards Lu Hang's face, gently stroking her cheek, feeling her warmth and breath. Lu Hang is in a deep sleep. It seems to sense something. Her brows furrowed slightly. Her lips also moved, as if saying something. Kindling was startled, quickly withdrew his hand, afraid of waking her up. She lay timidly on one side, looking at Lu Hang's sleeping face, filled with contradictions and struggles. She knew she shouldn't have such thoughts, but she couldn't control her emotions. But now, looking at her sleeping face, she suddenly felt, I can barely control myself anymore. Kindling took a deep breath. Gather your courage. Gently leaned down on the lips of Lu Hang, gently kissed at the corner of her lips. The moment I gently touched the corner of her lips, she felt an unprecedented warmth and softness. It felt as if the whole world had stopped spinning. Lu Hang is dreaming. It seems like something was sensed. Her lips moved, as if responding to Kindling's kiss. Kindling was startled, quickly raised his head, looking at Lu Hang's sleeping face. My heart was filled with tension and unease. But seeing Lu Hang still looked asleep, she slightly relaxed her heart. Just a little more. Just a little more. They completely kissed. Keep going. Kindling. Keep it up. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little closer and we'll succeed. This time. She did not hesitate at all. A turn and a step forward. The whole person directly fell onto Lu Hang. This action greatly facilitated her subsequent movements. She slowly lowered her head again. Pout your lips. Lie face down, just as her lips were about to touch Lu Hang's. Kindling, don't make a fuss. The voice of Lu Hang suddenly rang out, like a sudden thunderclap, pierced through her whole body. Lu Hang awakened. She was instantly stunned, maintaining the current action. Motionless, a deep sense of fear swept her heart like a tide. That feeling of guilt from being a thief. At this moment, she deeply realized. She couldn't bring herself to open her eyes and look at Lu Hang, afraid to face it all. Time seemed to freeze at that moment. Her heartbeat, in the silent room, appears particularly clear. She didn't know how to face Lu Hang. I don't know how she will react. Her mind was in a state of chaos. Various thoughts intertwine. She regrets her impulsiveness, regretting one's actions. However, she knows too, it's too late to regret now. Time passes second by second. Lu Hang, apart from what he just said, there was no other sound anymore. Kindling waited a long time, but did not hear Lu Hang's scolding, a situation she anticipates the most at this moment. Reflected in her heart, she took a deep breath, slowly opening my eyes. Lift your head. Look at Lu Hang. Lu Hang still kept his eyes tightly closed, just the eyebrows, still frowning tightly. Kindling, if you keep causing trouble, you'll only eat boiled broccoli tonight. I won't even give you salt. Lu Hang still had his eyes closed. He threatened through clenched teeth. You scared me to death. You scared me to death. It turns out they were talking in their sleep. The heavy stone in Kindling's heart finally put it down. She patted her chest in relief. but it startled me a bit. She didn't dare to impulsively kiss Lu Hang anymore. She was truly scared. The face was discovered. Sorry, I can't assist with that. But the kiss was discovered. She really can't think of anything. How to explain to Lu Hang? Lu Du too. Are you threatening me even in my dreams? Yi Qingling gritted her teeth and whispered angrily. She gently pinched Lu Hang's nose, to vent the shame and anger within at this moment. After she finished playing, she lay on Lu Hang's chest. She sighed softly and said, "Next time I will definitely kiss you." The tone was filled with seriousness and determination. "Not right. Then I need to think about it first. What if I secretly kissed your lips? If you find out, how should I explain it? Wouldn't that mean I can we kiss like this? They for a long time. Can't think of it. Can't think of anything. We can't say that. It's normal for childhood friends to kiss right. Translation error. Surely they wouldn't believe it either. She will throw me out of this house. Because I'm a bad woman who can't control herself. Forget it. If you can't think of it, then don't think about it. Time to sleep. Translation error. We can't waste it. Finally, I can get a good night's sleep tonight. Hey, thinking of this, Yi Qingling's mood became beautiful once again. Is there more to write than there is to say? Enjoy the moment. Good night. Walk, walk. No. Yi Qingling uses her lips again. Gently tapped Lu Hang's cheek. He just lay on her and closed his eyes to sleep. Even the corners of his mouth were slightly curved upward. Clearly, she is enjoying this warm moment. The night sky is exceptionally beautiful. The stars twinkle, like jewels embedded in the black sky. The moon hangs high in the sky, casting a cold, serene glow, illuminated the earth. Hum, it's so heavy and hot. Lu Hang tightly closed his eyes and let out a muffled groan. He frowned tightly, twisted my body on the floor mat. But that heavy feeling, it still dissipates on him. Instead, it became even tighter as it followed his movements. Well, could it be that I'm being pressed down by a ghost? Lu Hang's current consciousness. I have already woken up a little, but he realized how he was. Unable to control one's own body, unable to move. Well, it's really heavy. Finally, after going through 81 trials and tribulations, Lu Hang successfully opened his eyes a little bit. What caught my eye was a blurry figure. Who can tell me? This ghost. Why does it feel like there's a physical presence? He realized after fully opening his eyes. Lying on top of him, it is indeed a humanoid. And also, it's still this night demon. But at this moment, his mind. I'm also a bit dazed. After all, it was the middle of the night when I was suddenly awakened. He fought against the feeling of dizziness. Gently nudged Yi Qingling. Night demon, wake up for me. Wake up. No sound. He squinted at his phone. 2:30 in the morning. You forced me into this. Lu Hang squinted and whispered a warning. Only his right thumb was visible, tightly pressed against the middle finger, ready to take action, aimed at Yi Qingling's forehead. Asterisk sound effect asterisk. Oh dear, he got hit on the head directly. It just hit Yi Qingling on the forehead. He was instantly awakened by the sound. At night, with sleepy eyes and a hazy mind, squinting with a hand on his forehead, pouted and asked unhappily, Lu Yuzhu, what are you doing? You still ask me what I'm doing. What are you doing? Not just burrowing into my bed. Translation error. Do you know how heavy it is? Lu Hang gritted his teeth against the dizziness in his head, gritted his teeth and questioned. Oh dear, don't mind it, don't mind it. Night is hazy and unclear. nudged against Lu Hang's chest. "Don't tell me you fell down accidentally. Do you think I believe it? I didn't say anything. I rolled out of bed. Someone wants to sleep with you. It's so cold sleeping alone." Yi Qingling closed her eyes. He was on the muddy road in Luhang. "If it's cold, just cover yourself with the blanket tightly." "Did you kick off the blanket again?" Lu Hang frowned and questioned. "Not available. It's just so cold." Yi Qingling doesn't want to open her eyes. Still lazy, lying on Lu Hang's body. "Then I will raise the air conditioning temperature a bit. Hurry back." Saying this, Lu Hang squinted his eyes, trying to reach for the air conditioner remote control on the bedside table. "Hey, stop. Aren't you getting hot like this?" Yi Qingling opened her eyes, held onto Lu Hang's hand. "You hold me close. I am hotter." Lu Hang really feels dizzy. "I'm so sleepy. I don't want to talk too much with Yi Qingling." Reaching out to grab the remote control. Unexpectedly, Yi Qingling snatched the remote control and said, "I won't go back. It's really cold, isn't it? Let me sleep with you. You are here with me. I'm also very hot." Lu Hang frowned in frustration, gently pinched Yi Qingling's fair and smooth face. "Beep, beep, beep. All right. This way it won't be hot anymore. I set the air conditioning temperature to 19 degrees. Speaking, Yi Qingling directly threw the remote control onto the bed, a place that neither of them can reach. Then he continued to lean back onto Lu Hang. "Start closing your eyes and sleep. Damn it, it can be like this too." Lu Hang silently complained, spoke with a threatening tone. "Are you going back or not?" "Not returning." Yi Qingling tightened her embrace around Lu Hang. "Hold on tightly. Then don't just lie all over me. So heavy." Saying this, Lu Hang pushed Yi Qingling off himself. Only half remained lying on him. "Hey, you agree? I will sleep here." Yi Qingling squinted her eyes and smiled gently. "Go to sleep, go to sleep. I'm so tired." Lu Hang made a mistake in a sentence, then laid down and continued to sleep. "There's no way. He was just too tired. I can't be bothered to argue with Yi Qingling anymore. Set the air conditioning to 19 degrees. 2 people together. It shouldn't be hot. After all, we slept together last time. It should be fine to try one more time, right? Should be. Next time, I will definitely not let him into my room." Lu Hang closed his eyes, silently swearing in my heart. "Okay, sleeping, sleeping." Yi Qingling smiled faintly. Then, just like a little kitten, quietly, once again I nestled back into Lu Hang's embrace. Lu Hang no longer had the energy to deal with Yi Qingling. Let him play around with it. "Just don't wake me up any more." Woken up in the middle of the night. My head is spinning. I'm so bored. Thinking like this, Lu Hang fell into a deep sleep once again. This time, Yi Qingling is not like before, directly pressed on Lu Hang, but he gently buried his head in the crook of his neck. His breathing became rapid, breathing heavily, the fresh scent that belonged to him. This flavor, it made him feel utterly intoxicated, as if immersed in a dreamlike world. Lu Hang felt the breath of the night clearing. His body shivered slightly, but he did not push it open, surrounded by a sense of security. The drowsiness from earlier has just cleared away, once again sweeping in. His eyes gradually became heavy. Before long, he fell into a deep sleep. His breathing became steady and deep. The corners of his mouth still held a faint smile. In the quiet room, only the sound of 2 uniform breaths remained. Their air currents intertwined with each other, finally merge into each other's bodies. This moment, time seemed to stand still. The whole world has become incredibly quiet and beautiful. The morning sun spills onto the windowsill, gently waking the sleeping flowers. Everything awakens in silence. So soft. Ye Kingling pouted. In the dream, gradually squeezing towards Lu Hang's direction. His body was like a flexible snake, constantly twisting, searching for the most comfortable position. Lu Hang was awakened by the sound of Ye Kingling's movement. He opened his eyes. I found myself pushed into the corner of the bunk. Translation error. He sighed helplessly, trying to push away the night and reset everything. But he was like a sticky piece of chewing gum. I can't push it open no matter what. No, that's not possible there. Ye Kingling murmured in her sleep. His voice was muffled, but Lu Hang could hear the ambiguity in his words. His face instantly turned red. My heart starts racing. Ye Kingling's breathing became rapid. His body also began to heat up. Lu Hang felt his change. A surge of inexplicable emotion welled up in his heart. Ye Kingling, wake up! Wake up! Lu Hang shook Ye Kingling's body forcefully, trying to wake him from his slumber. Yet Ye Kingling slept very deeply. He had no reaction at all, just continued to murmur in a dream. Amu! Ye Kingling suddenly opened her mouth, bit down on Lu Hang's arm. His teeth gently bit into Lu Hang's skin, chewing on both sides, as if savoring some delicious food. Let go. Fortunately, Ye Kingling didn't bite down hard, just lightly nibbled on his arm, left a slight blush mark. As soon as I opened my eyes, Lu Hang suddenly smelled a pungent odor. He looked down. I discovered on my arm. It's all the saliva from Ye Kingling. His face instantly turned red. My heart was filled with awkwardness. Don't move. Lu Hang pressed down firmly. Ye Kingling lying on him, wiped his arm on his clothes. I wiped all the saliva on his clothes, touch his movements, awaken Ye Kingling from her dreams. He first rubbed his sleepy eyes, then slowly opened his eyes. As soon as I looked, I saw Lu Hang's slightly disdainful expression. Hang, you're awake. Ye Kingling smiled sweetly. Then it pounced again, laying on Lu Hang's chest. This action, let Lu Hang's sudden impulse just now, once again surged up. Young people are like that. Early in the morning, in the prime of youth, night zero. Hurry up and get down. Lu Hang angrily shouted. Then, impatiently, just brushed the night away from herself. Let him continue his nonsense. The brilliance of maintaining one's innocence for a lifetime. It's about to be destroyed. Sigh, I haven't slept enough yet. Ye Kingling lies on one side. She pouted in dissatisfaction and complained. Do you still want to sleep? You're all going to make me anxious. Lu Hang angrily pinched Ye Kingling's face. Ate this girl. Can I squeeze you? You should feel honored. Night is quiet as I fold my arms. Put on a proud demeanor. I can't be bothered with you. Wake up, Lu Hang urged, then prepared to stand up. Unexpectedly, Ye Kingling suddenly pulled him hard. Ah, what are you doing? You startled me. Lu Hang was once again thrown onto the bed. Furrowing her brows, she questioned Ye Kingling, who was lying in front of her. Oh no, I went to bed so late last night. Can we sleep a little longer? Ye Kingling embraced Lu Hang's head with both hands, nozzled affectionately, looking at this face that haunts his dreams. He could no longer control himself. His eyes. It seems like love is about to bloom. No, in the end, desire triumphed over reason. He kissed Lu Hang directly on the cheek. Ah, what are you doing? Lu Hang's face flushed red in an instant. With wide open eyes, with a fierce look, he stared at Ye Kingling. What's wrong? What happened? What did I do? Kingling's face turned red in an instant. Look up at the ceiling. I just don't dare to see Lu Hang. I lost control for a moment. But it feels so good. Indeed, fell asleep, stealing kisses and openly seizing them. It feels really different. So thrilling. You just now. Kiss, 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 kiss. My face. Lu Hang chirped for half a day. Finally, the words were spoken in bits and pieces. Where am I? Did you kiss me? Kingling said helplessly. You still won't admit it. I, Lu Hang, have already lost my words. He only felt his head throbbing painfully. And it's very hot. I feel like I'm going to smoke. What am I? What about you? Kingling, blushing, firmly retorted, to mask the shyness in my heart at this moment. No, you kiss me. Why do you still look so confident? Lu Hang felt a surge of old blood rising in his throat. I was so angry that I felt like I would explode. So what? Kiss, kiss, kiss. What's wrong with a little kiss? Kingling blushed. Make a tsundere expression. Said cheekily, do you dare to speak a bit more boldly? Lu Hang widened his eyes. He spoke with an expression of inscrutability. He felt his worldview was about to be overturned. It was originally. Otherwise, you. King, give me a kiss. Kingling pretended to appear carefree and relaxed. But in the end, the words became quieter and quieter. He became increasingly guilty. Her face had completely turned red. I don't want to. Lu Hang lowered his head. His face flushed. Spoke in a voice as thin as a thread. Then you don't want to. Just let me kiss you again. A kiss. Kingling stood with her hands on her hips, riding on the back of Lu Hang. He forced a stern expression and said, if his words weren't stuttered, how do you still want to kiss? Lu Hang felt. This morning. It was truly the most outrageous morning in the whole world. Then how about you kiss me? Otherwise, it's just me. Just did it like that. Do you know? I feel so embarrassed right now. Kingling grabbed Lu Hang's collar tightly, shook it vigorously, used to disguise his current shame and anger, loneliness, looking at Kingling's fair and smooth face. Lu Hang suddenly felt dry in his mouth and throat. My body feels like it's on fire, generally hot and dry. Hurry up, you. Yet I couldn't utter a complete sentence. Aren't you going to kiss? Then I kiss. Kingling no longer cares about so much. Anyway, I've already been exposed. Then why not take the opportunity to enjoy a bit more? Saying that, his lips pressed firmly against Lu Hang's, just as it was about to touch. Here, I just did it. Lu Hang turned his head and tightly closed his eyes, shouting defiantly, anyway, this demon lord already kissed myself. Why can't I kiss? Since he has stopped pretending. What am I pretending for? Kiss is a kiss. What did you say? Kingling rode on Lu Hang's back, staring at him with wide eyes. It felt like I heard some incredible words. He originally thought, I can only take the initiative to kiss, although I can't experience the feeling of being kissed by Lu Hang. But enjoy it for yourself. Very good too. However, now, he actually triggered a hidden Easter egg. I said, there, just kiss. Lu Hang lowered his head, blushing. The sound is almost inaudible, but Kingling's nerves were extremely focused at this moment. Still keenly caught this sentence. He felt so excited that he could almost fly. My heart was racing, almost jumping out. You sit up straight. I nodded at my own fair, rosy face. Hurry up. You don't rush. What you just said is indeed true. But really, sitting up, Lu Hang felt so nervous he thought he was going to die. The palms of my hands were already filled with sweat. Finally, Lu Hang pouted his lips gently towards the face of the knight, clearing away, launched an attack. Dun 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 dun. At this moment the air, quiet. It feels like the heartbeat of two people. Everything can be heard clearly, fierce and rapid. Kingling lowered her head, blushing. Breathing quickens slightly. Nervous hands, holding onto the hem of the clothing tightly, not daring to let go. With a soft sound of a kiss, Lu Hang's lips gently fell on Kingling's cheek. This voice, in the silent room, sounded unusually loud. It felt like a beautiful melody in a wonderful concert. Kingling's body trembled slightly. His heart seemed like it was about to jump out of his throat. His eyes are tightly closed, enjoying the beauty of this moment, the sensation on the face. Let him be immersed in it. It feels like being in a dreamlike world. His heart was filled with happiness and contentment. This sweet feeling, let him be completely enchanted. He waited for over 10 years. Finally, the moment arrived when Lu Hang kissed him. This moment, all the waiting and effort became worthwhile. Lu Hang quickly left Kingling's cheek. He covered his mouth with his hand, turned his head away, dared not look at him again. His heartbeat raced, as if it were about to leap out of my chest. His face was as red as a ripe apple, reveals a sense of shyness and nervousness. This is the first time he kissed a girl in his life. That soft and bouncy sensation. It made him feel a tingling sensation all over. His emotions were stirred and hard to calm, both excited and nervous. He didn't know how to face the upcoming situation, but he knows. This moment will be forever etched in his memory. You look. I just said, close friends since childhood. Give a kiss. It's quite normal, isn't it? Oh, Kingling felt dizzy, so nervous that I'm tongue-tied. But the tone still remains Sundir. Yes, it is. Is it normal? Is there nothing else? Lu Hang stuttered in agreement, just to make their actions seem more legitimate. Okay, it's done. You just kissed me. Now I'm going to kiss you, Kingling said solemnly, but his flushed face betrayed him. You. Haven't we kissed before? Lu Hang stared at him in a daze, asked incredulously. You and I just accidentally kissed. Close to you. Now I want to kiss again. Kingling blushed. He said firmly, You just said it yourself. Close childhood companions. A kiss is quite normal, right? Lu Hang wanted to say something else, but was directly interrupted by Kingling. His tone carried a hint of playful stubbornness. Yes, yes. Is it very normal? Just kiss then. Lu Hang's head was about to spin. He said with an indifferent expression, Here I come. Kingling swallowed a mouthful of saliva, licked the corner of his mouth. I wish I could tackle Lu Hang right away. This is permitted by Lu Hang. But there is a legitimate reason. His breathing became rapid. Warm breath sprayed onto Lu Hang's face. No, it's fine, it's fine. It's ready. The sound of a kiss. Once again, it echoed on Lu Hang's face. But just kissed. Then Lu Hang gently pushed him away. I haven't had enough kisses yet. Kingling stood with her hands on her hips, spoke indignantly. He originally planned to put it on Lu Hang's face. Take a deep breath and give it your all. He pushed her away. This made him so angry that his teeth itched. Just kiss it, and that's enough. All right, get up quickly. As soon as he spoke, Lu Hang stood up. shook off the night's clarity from herself, fleeing in panic with a flushed face. He felt that if he didn't run now, that overwhelming urge feels impossible to contain. Be stingy. He Kingling knelt on the bed, watching Lu Hang's figure fade away. She pouted and quietly complained. He touched his lips. It felt as if there was still the soft warmth of Lu Hang's cheek above. E Kingling excitedly tossed and turned on the floor. The scent of aviation. Completely annihilate everything. At this moment he, completely surrounded by sweet happiness. It is the warmth he constantly thinks about. He lay on the floor, breathing heavily. The redness on the face has remained from before until now. But he is really very, very happy right now. Very, very excited. This is a small step for him. It is a significant step for Lu Hang, since I have already cheek-kissed Hang Hang. So the next step is, just thinking about it gets me excited. Can't sleep anymore. I am going to find Lu Hang. Hang Hang, I'm here. Saying night is clearing, they tidied up their clothes. Stepped out of the door. Hey, I said, when Zio Hang just came out. Her face was as red as a monkey's bottom. Why are you blushing like this? Ebai sat on the sofa, biting into an apple. He curiously asked. Hey. Kingling's face flushed with a hint of shy smile. Then, like a cheerful little bird, hurriedly rushed to the bathroom. How did you come here? Didn't you say you wanted to sleep a bit longer? Lu Hang just finished washing his face. Wiping his face with a towel, he asked with a hint of confusion. You say it well. Kingling's lips curled up slightly, showing a malicious smile. The footsteps lightly approached Lu Hang. What do you want to do? I warn you, I have already washed my face. Lu Hang's eyes widened in surprise, watching in horror as the girl approached me. The body uncontrollably retreats backwards. He stammered out a warning, but my heart was filled with tension and unease. However, Kingling's warning to him seems completely indifferent. He still approached her in his own way, with an inscrutable smile on their face. As time goes by, Lu Hang realized he had nowhere left to retreat. Behind is a hard wall. He leaned helplessly against the wall. The heart raced rapidly. Beads of sweat also appeared on his forehead. I warn you, don't mess around. I am a 6th-degree Sanchu practitioner. Lu Hang worked hard to make his tone sound firm and strong. But in reality, his heart was already in a state of turmoil. However, his threats had no effect at all. Lu Hang felt a warm breath washed over me. Immediately following that, a soft sensation came from his cheek. Night demon, I have washed my face. Lu Hang widened his eyes. With a flushed face shouted at Kingling. Childhood sweethearts, a fleeting glance. Is it normal? Kingling blinked innocently. The corners of the mouth slightly lifted. A smug smile appeared. Upon hearing these words, Lu Hang's face turned even redder. He wants to refute, but didn't know how to say it. After all, I did it before. Yes, yes. Next. He suddenly seemed to remember something, gritted his teeth, spoke with a fierce expression. Don't change the subject. What I just said was, I have already washed my face. And then Kingling tilted her head with a sly smile. My lips are about to stretch all the way to my ears. I have never seen such a shameless person. Lu Hang looked at Kingling's shameless expression. I could only take the towel for myself, rubbing vigorously where Kingling had just kissed. All right, I have washed my face. Just take your time. After gritting his teeth and cursing, Lu Hang stormed off angrily. Click, as a crisp door slam echoed. In the washroom, only Yi Qingling is left alone. Pig, Yi Qingling leaned against the door. Her face showed an expression of infatuation. There were even suspicious stains at the corners of his mouth. I don't know if it's saliva. So soft, so sweet, so lovely. He cradled his face in both hands. It seemed still savoring. The taste of that kiss just now. Night reset? Hurry up and come out for breakfast. My mom and Auntie have finished cooking. At that moment, outside, the voice of Lu Hang could be heard. Broke his thoughts. Good. I understand. Yi Qingling came back to her senses, quickly responded, then wiped the drool from the corner of his mouth. Start brushing teeth and washing face. Lu Hang returned to the living room and realized Lu Shi and Yi Jun have returned, but their expressions at this moment, it's a bit hard to explain. Lu Hang almost guessed it immediately. He walked over slowly, jokingly said, "Two old comrades. Let me see. How was the harvest last night? Aye. This well. I believe the joy of fishing lies in the process. It's not about the outcome. So. Lu spoke earnestly for a while. I really can't come up with anything more. She looked at Yi Jun for help. Aye. So enjoying the fun itself is enough. After Yi Jun finished speaking, feeling guilty, I couldn't look at Lu Hang. I had no choice but to turn and look at the ceiling. Oh dear, it's nothing. That night always leads to some kind of outcome. Let me have a look." Speaking, Lu Hang was like a gust of wind. Ran to the fish bucket placed aside by the Lu family. Dud. Lu Shi originally wanted to refuse, but the fish bucket lid, it was already opened by Lu Hang. Oh my! Empty as the void. Lu Hang smiled a bit as well, then turned around. She looked at the Night Lord and said, "Uncle Yi, let me see yours too." Still not. Yi Jun was just about to open the fish bucket. Time flies when you talk. Lu Hang directly pressed down, gave a sinister smile, said, "Uncle Yi, you're slow." Lu Hang directly lifted the lid of the fish, took a look inside, said, "Oh my, it is also completely empty." I kept seeing it was completely empty inside. Little did we know we enjoyed the pleasure of fishing. Lu still stubbornly said, all right. When are you going fishing? Did you bring back any fish? Hurry up and wash up. Let's have breakfast now." Ibai smiled and urged from the side, "Oh, forgotten. Honey, it seems like you brought a fish home. The sea fish caught from the river." Lai Bai Ning maliciously added a comment from the side. "Oh, dead. Uncle Lu, you're back from fishing. How's the fishing? Let me take a look." Yi Qingling finished washing up. Just like that little elf, bouncing and hopping, he walked out, clearly in a good mood. Yi Qingling, come quickly to see." Lu Hang stifled a laugh and waved at Yi Qingling. Then he walked over. I saw two empty fish buckets. It's nothing. We have also gotten used to it." Yi Qingling had a comforting expression, if it weren't for his lips tightly pressed together to hold back laughter. "Hey, you two little bunnies. Let's tease your dad together, shall we? Xiao Hang, don't forget. You went fishing with us last time. Aren't you the same? Not a single one came up?" That was an accident." Lu Hang suddenly froze for a moment. I didn't expect that. They actually shifted their firepower towards themselves. But his mouth is very stubborn. "Sai, you're fine too. That's already great. Yi Qingling patted Lu Hang's shoulder, a sense of helplessness mixed with comfort, a comforting expression mixed with a hint of pity. In summary, it was a very complex expression. What are you saying? Could you say that again? Lu Hang slightly squinted his eyes, gently holding Night Kingling's delicate white face in both hands, kneading wildly on top. Uh, Niukuo, where are you? Niukuo, where are you? I was wrong. Yi Qingling pouted. A muffled sound came from his mouth, begging for mercy in a vague manner. You know you were wrong, right? Lu Hang's lips curled up. A mischievous smile appeared, after giving a warning, then let go of the hand. After all, both sets of parents are here. One must not be too reckless. Otherwise, with his personality, he has long been pinned down here. Really need it well again. Really? A narrow-minded man. I draw a circle and curse you. Yi Qingling pouted, pointing angrily with a finger, drew a circle on the ground. That little hang. Ling-a-ling. You all come over for breakfast first. At this moment, Li Bai carefully held a few bowls of steaming porridge, walked out of the kitchen, placed on the dining table. Good. Here it comes. The two exchanged a glance. They answered in unison. Then they walked towards the dining table. At the dining table. Ah, Auntie, are you going back today? Lu Hang took a sip of porridge, curiously asked. We have to work tomorrow. Aren't you supposed to go to work? We had lunch here with Ling Ling before heading back. Li Bai nodded and replied, This way. That's fine. At that time, I will go back with Yi Qingling during the holiday. Lu Hang patted Yi Qingling's shoulder and said. Yi Qingling said earnestly, Don't worry, Aunt Li. I will bring Lu Hang back with me then. Okay. Then, Ling-a-ling, you can take Xiao Hang home. Li Bai smiled contentedly. Lu Hang's phone alarm went off. It's already 9:30. Dead. Uncle Yi. Aunt Yi. Then I'll go to work first. Lu Hang put on his shoes, standing outside the room, greeting everyone, then turned around and left. Did Yi Qingling suddenly received a message on her phone. Ludo too. Don't just walk into my room, although he knows. This warning is useless to Yi Qingling now, but he still can't help but say, it feels like it has all become a daily habit. Yi Qingling. All right. He compromised. Yi Qingling. Rest assured. Who am I? Are you still not clear? Lu too. It's because I know you too well. I just want to say, Night Qingling, don't worry. Don't worry. I definitely won't go into your room this morning. A person of integrity. Lu too. Really big. Eyes shining brightly. Yi Qingling. I will wait until the afternoon. I'll go in after they leave. Lu too. I shouldn't have held hope for you. Yi Qingling. Your hope. Let me sleep in your room tonight. Lu too. You want to attain beauty. Yi Qingling. If you agree, then I promise I won't enter your room during the day today. Lu too. I would rather you come in during the day. Yi Qingling. I will defeat you with a single elbow strike. Don't leave after school. Lu too. Cayenne, be careful. Just don't let me rub you into the ground. Yi Qingling. You wait for me tonight. Lu too. I won't argue with you anymore. On the road. Yi Qingling. Pay attention to safety. Lu too. The conversation ends here. Lu Hang is still on his way to work. Suddenly, his gaze fell upon a little girl around 5 or 6 years old in the distance. What are you looking at? Why does this look familiar? Lu Hang narrowed his eyes, carefully observing. A little girl stands at a small shop without money. Suddenly he realized everything. He patted his own head and said, "Isn't that Suki? Suru's younger sister. How did you end up here?" He then stepped forward. The little girl kept staring intently, staring at an ice cream in the fridge. Even saliva is about to flow out. "Suki, how did you get here?" Lu Hang stepped forward, patted Suki on the shoulder and asked, You are?" Suki quickly turned around, asked with a hint of caution, you've forgotten me so quickly, huh?" Lu Hang extended his hand and smiled lightly. "Just this one time." It reminded Suki. I recognize you. You are that handsome guy from that day." Suki said with a look of sudden realization, "Handsome brother." Suki's words are truly sweet. Lu Hang affectionately patted Su Kai's little head. For no other reason. He usually loves cute and silly things the most. "Handsome brother, how did you end up here?" Suki's eyes were wide open. He asked with a curious expression, "I'm going to work. I want to ask you, how did you end up here? Are you alone?" "No, it's not. And my friend. Let's go out and have fun together." Suki pointed to the other children in the bakery. Including Suki, there are a total of 4 people. They are all girls. "Well, hello, brother. You look so handsome." "Brother, can I take a picture with you?" "Brother, are you a star?" The 3 children ran out curiously when they saw Lu Hang. They asked all at once, thank you all. But my brother is not a star. Brother is about to go to work soon." Lu Hang saw 4 adorable little creatures. It's almost like being brainwashed. "Kawaii. No head. All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Handsome brother is going to work now. Let's not disturb him anymore." Speaking, Suki forcefully pushed away the other 3 children, only staying by Lu Hang's side alone. No problem." Lu Hang suddenly felt one's own body. "I have a bit of a toothache. Sigh. Can't get it anymore. Can't eat it anymore. Let's go. Let's go." Su Kai feigned pity and said, turned around and left. But the footsteps are very slow, still secretly glancing back at Lu Hang. "Sai, I bought this for you to eat." Lu Hang gritted his teeth. He sighed helplessly and said, "There, handsome brother, you are so nice." Su Kai cheered. She rushed over and hugged Lu Hang's thigh. "Handsome brother, you are really great. Brother, you are so kind. You are really kind." The other 3 little ones. Neki Kai rushed up as well. Translation error. 2 legs and 2 hands. All were embraced by those little ones. Lu Hang was caught between laughter and tears. All right, all right. Brother bought you ice cream. Let me go first." Lu Hang gently reached out and touched the little heads of the few guides. At this moment, he felt a very familiar sensation, just like when we were kids. I remember it was during elementary school. Lu Hang and Yi Qingling went out to play. As a result, he was so captivated by the ice cream that he couldn't move. But he also has no money to buy it. Just set his sights on Yi Qingling, because his family runs a company. Moreover, Yi Jun and Yi Bai insist that the daughter should be raised. So, since childhood, Yi Qingling has never lacked pocket money. Lu Hang is also like this. This is how to set up Yi Qingling. Then he bought it for her. Think of Yi Qingling at that time. It's really easy to fool. Most of the pocket money was spent on myself. It's not here to buy. That's where to buy. However, later on I grew up a little. Lu Hang also knows this isn't good. although Yi Qingling still continues to buy things for her. Lu Hang has no choice but to accept. Later, he simply started buying things for Yi Qingling as well. However, he has relatively little pocket money, so it can't compare to what Yi Qingling gave him. Now in the wardrobe of Lu Hang's home, there are still a few pieces of clothing that Yi Qingling gave him in the past. Thinking of this, Lu Hang's lips unconsciously curled up. A faint smile appeared. Lu Hang looked ahead. These lovely children. My heart is filled with warmth. He smiled at the little ones. Take a look, every one. What do you want to eat? Take it to the front desk. I will cover all the expenses. Finished speaking. He even patted his own chest intentionally, showing an expression of great satisfaction. Upon hearing these words, the little ones cheered happily. They said in unison, "Ah, handsome brother, you are really nice." Then they were like little birds, rushing towards the freezer. "Start picking your favorite ice cream." Lu Hang stood to the side, looking at the excited expressions of the children. I also feel very happy inside. At this moment, Suki suddenly turned around holding a milk-flavored pudding. Innocently asked Lu Hang, "Brother, what do you want to eat?" In his clear eyes, shining with a curious light, Lu Hang stroked his chin. I thought about it, then smiled and replied, "Sure, then I'll just eat the same as you." Suki listened to Lu Hang's words. A bright smile appeared on his face. She nodded obediently and said, "Okay." Next, he took out from the freezer again. Take out a small pudding that looks exactly the same. Carefully placed it at the front desk of the convenience store. At that moment, the other three children, they have also chosen their favorite ice cream flavors. All were placed at the front desk. Lu Hang noticed. These children, it wasn't because someone was paying the bill and choose the expensive ice cream, but chose some more affordable varieties, like a 5 mao or 1 yuan ice cream. They did not hold back just because someone else was treating, and became greedy. Instead, they maintain restraint and discipline. Seeing this scene, Lu Hang couldn't help but feel for these children. A sense of admiration arises, although they are still young, but understands how to cherish the kindness of others, and will not squander carelessly. This quality is particularly precious in today's society. You are also well behaved. It will also help my brother save money. Lu Hang affectionately patted the heads of the four little ones. Then they settled the bill. Pity. So sweet. Suki took a lick of the ice cream. Then, with shining eyes, they looked at Lu Hang. Not bad. It's the taste of childhood." Lu Hang took a bite, tasted it in my mouth, feeling emotional. Suddenly, he remembered something, took out the phone. "Lu Yutu, are you there?" "Yi Qingling, have you ever heard a saying?" "Lu Yutu, what words?" Translation error. "Are you there?" Starting point, it must be a clown. "Ah, Lu Yutu, if you don't want to, let me throw you out of my house." Yi Qingling, I will now share the chat history. Show it to Uncle Lu and them. "Lu Yutu, I was wrong. Batman is coming to catch me." Yi Qingling, it's good to know you realize your mistake. Let me sleep with you tonight. I forgive you for the room. Lu Yutu, you really can't go 3 sentences without mentioning this. Is my room really that comfortable to sleep in? Translation error. Oh dear. Sleeping alone at night. Is it too cold? Although he really wanted to speak. Your room is comfortable for sleeping. It feels really comfortable, but there is none. You wake up feeling comfortable. Lu Yutu, Why don't you raise the air conditioning temperature a bit? Ye kingling. No, the summer atmosphere has completely faded. Luyutu. Forget it. Let's not talk about this anymore. Do you want to eat ice cream? Ye kingling. I didn't want to think about it until you mentioned it. As soon as you mentioned it, I crave it. Lu Hang smiled. Then give the little pudding in your hand. I took a photo and sent it over. Lu Yudu. Image. Ye kingling. Damn pighead. Are you trying to tempt me? I find it strange that you suddenly asked this. Lu Yu too. Sai. This statement is incorrect. We have our own principles for how we navigate life. It's all about righteousness. Ye kingling. So what do you want to say? Uyutu. Unfortunately, I'm not cut out for this. I am just tempting you. Ye kingling. You wait and see. You will come back in the afternoon. You will see a messy room. Ludu too. They. Just kidding. I just want to ask if you want to eat. In the afternoon, I got off work and bought something to take home. Ye kingling. Really? Ludu too. Ye kingling. Eh? Then I won't go to your room to cause trouble. I'm going to sleep in your room. Eh? Lujutu. I see. So you're going to repay hate with hate. Ye kingling. Lulu too. Don't drool on my pillow. If it flows away, there really won't be any pillows left to change. Ye kingling. Eh? I know. Elder brother. Are you going to work at the bookstore? Sugi blinked her big eyes, looking at Lu Hang with great anticipation. Little hands, still tugging at Lu Hang's leg, swaying back and forth. That's right. It's the bookstore where your sister works. Lu Hang's lips curled up slightly, gently patted his little head. Well, I really want to go see it too. Sugi's eyes sparkled brightly, filled with curiosity. Can we go with you? The other child nearby. I couldn't help but ask. Lu Hang pondered for a moment. Xinzan. Anyway, there aren't usually many customers in the store. Moreover, it is also their own shop in Sumukin. It should be fine to take it with us, right? So he nodded. Agreed to it. Yeah. The four little friends jumped up excitedly. A radiant smile spread across her face. Good morning. Lu Han. Su Ru's voice at the front desk grew quieter. The eyes widened more and more. Good morning. Suru. Lu Hang politely greeted. Good morning. Sister. Good morning. Sister Suru. Good morning. Sister Su. Good morning. Sister Ru. The four little ones lined up, followed in behind Lu Hang. Every time someone comes in, everyone greeted Suru one by one. Su Kai, how did you come here? Suru asked in surprise. I came with the handsome brother. He bought us ice cream. Suki licked the ice cream residue from the corner of her mouth. Ja smiled and replied. Ice cream? Suru finally noticed. At the corners of the four little ones' mouths, they were all covered in fine bits of ice cream residue. Sorry, Lu Hang. How much is the ice cream? I will pass it to you, Suru said apologetically to Lu Hang. Oh dear, it's okay. It's just a few bucks. And I ate it myself. No need, no need. Lu Hang Bai Shu refused. I'm sorry. Sorry for the trouble. Sufi, have you thanked the big brother yet? Suru looked at the four little ones beside her and asked. Thank you, brother. The four little ones said in unison. That scene. Don't even mention how adorable it is. Allah. No problem, no problem. Lu Hang smiled and scratched his head. Oh no. Who is this? How come you have time to visit your cousin's shop? Suki seriously pointed at Sumukin's nose and said, Hello, alien, Su Mukin confessed on the spot. Just stared blankly at Su Kai. What my sister said. Those who can drink are all aliens. Su Kai pointed at Su Ru, who was trying to escape at the front desk. Uh, uh, this. Su Ru had no choice but to force a laugh, index fingers poking, to cover up the awkwardness of the moment. Suru. Sumukin smiled and squinted her eyes. He looked at Suru dangerously. Don't listen to your sister's nonsense. I am the fragrant cousin. Speaking, Sumukin also placed her arm in front of Sukai. Let him have a sniff. The alien cousin who smells delightful all over. Suki scratched her head in confusion and spoke out. You little rascal. Su Mukin pretended to be angry. Just let Suki down. Sai, little friend, let sister give you a hug. Su Mukin shifted her focus to, hiding behind Lu Hang was another little friend. No, don't let my mom say aliens will take the children, captured for experiments. Speaking of that little friend, he hid a little further behind Lu Hang. I dare not go see Su Mukin. No, I really feel broken. Su Mukin huffed and said something. He turned around and sat down on a nearby chair, pretending to be angry, no longer going to see those little ones. Brother hug. That little guy tugged at Lu Hang's shirt, spoke weakly. When brothers embrace. Lu Hang quickly picked up the little kid. Oh, so high. The little one looked down in Lu Hang's arms, let out a sigh. Handsome brother. You haven't hugged me yet. Su Kai urgently tugged at Lu Hang's shirt. Both cheeks puffed up in anger. Oh, good. Lu Hang replied with a sound. Brother, I want that too. Handsome brother, I want that too. The remaining two little ones. He jumped up and shouted at Lu Hang. Okay. Lu Hang took turns hugging the little ones. Su Mukin stood by, stunned. Is this how you treat people differently? He thought indignantly to himself. Indeed, girls of all ages like handsome boys. Tess. Brother, I want more. Okay. Me too. Okay. Lu Hang took turns breathlessly lifting them high into the air. He worked up a sweat. All right. Suki and the little friends. Don't interfere with your brother anymore. He also needs to rest for a while. Su Yuo reminded with a hint of seriousness. Oh, all right. The four little ones. Zin left Lu Hang's side, sat down beside Sumukin. Oh, you still remember to come find me? Elin. Sumukin was indignant, pinched Suki's delicate nose. Hey, cousin, please don't be angry. Being petty won't make boys like you. Suki said solemnly. Oh, it felt like a lightning strike had hit Su Mugin's heart. Sure you little rascal. When will you learn to speak? This is it. And Su Mukin was furious with embarrassment. On Suki's butt, gently tapped. Domestic violence. Suki looked at Lu Hang for help. All right. Lu Hang helplessly rubbed his face. Then I advised. Mujai has a youthful appearance, free from taboos. Let's give her a break for now. Yes. Suki nodded seriously. Then, in a flash, ran behind Lu Hang. I didn't expect you. She's such a mischievous little girl. Lu Hang chuckled lightly and patted Su Kai's head. Suki hid behind Lu Hang, smirking mischievously. Suki hiding behind Lu Hang, although he is usually very mischievous, just like a boy. But what I'm most afraid of is, it's his sister. Suki, hurry up. I don't want to say it a second time. Su Yuo's tone grew, increasingly serious. Pret, I'm sorry, cousin. Suki slowly walked out from behind Lu Hang. Weidlid apologized to Su Mukin. All right. No problem. Cousin is not angry again. Su Mukin walked up. He directly picked up Suki. He kissed her on the cheek. Be so itchy. Suki scratched the spot where he had just been kissed. Oh dear. Is that so? Then I can kiss you more. Su Mukin smiled wickedly. Then, Muma. He kissed Suki's face again, gently. Hearing this sound, Lu Hang suddenly shivered all over. He thought again about. In the morning, Yi Qingling hit him hard on the face. Thinking of this, on his earlobe, a faint blush unconsciously arose. Cousin will take you upstairs to play. Here the older brother and sister still have to work. Su Mukin then set Suki down from her arms. Greeting the four little friends. Just walk upstairs. Lu Heng quietly took out his phone, viciously typed out a few words. Lu Jutu, the knife is not sharp, and the horse is too thin. For now, I won't compete with you. Don't leave after school. 1 minute later, Yi Qingling. A crisp, prompt sound rang out. This sound is like a spell. Lu Hang was so excited he could almost jump up. He quickly glanced at the time displayed on his phone. 4 p.m. This moment was significant for him. It signifies the end of a day's work. Time to get off work. He couldn't help but cheer. The mood reached its peak of joy. However, at that moment, a sweet and innocent voice called out from behind. Handsome brother, can we play at your house? Lu Hang heard this sound. The footsteps came to an involuntary stop. He turned his head curiously. I saw Suki standing there with 3 other children. Looking at him with eager anticipation, Lu Hang showed a puzzled expression. Inquired, come play at my house. Yes, yes. We still don't know. Big brother, where is your home? Another child beside Sugi said excitedly. Next, Suki pointed at the little girl beside her. Continue speaking. You see, Ziozu said so. Lu Hang couldn't help but feel a bit amused. So, he squatted down, curiously asked, Oh, right. It's been a whole day, and I still don't know. What are your names? This girl with a ponytail. It's my classmate. Called Liu Zhu. We all call her Xiao Zhu. Suki pointed at Liu Zhu and introduced her. The one with the bun is my neighbor. His name is Chen Xingxi. We call her Xiaoxi. He pointed at Chen Xingxi again and said, My name is Han Jaya. Big brother, just call me Xiao Jaya. Before Suki could introduce the little girl with short hair, he took the initiative to introduce himself. Bung, Xiao Zhu, Xiao Shi, Xiao Jaya. Right? Translation error. Say their names. The little ones nodded in agreement. And also me. And me. And some brother, you. You can't always call me Suki. Just call me Xiao Kai. Suki eagerly hopped around and said, Okay. Xiao Kai. Lu Hang gently patted Su Kai's little head. Then we still don't know. Handsome brother. What is your name? Suki blinked her bright, big eyes. He tugged at Lu Hang's shirt corner, asked with a face full of curiosity, My name is Lu Hang. You can call me Brother Lu. Lu Hang smiled. They replied softly and slowly, It doesn't sound as good as handsome brother. Then let's call him Brother Lu. Suki pouted her lips. It seems that there is some dissatisfaction, but still accepted this title. That works too. Lu Hang let out a helpless laugh. So, Can we go play at Brother Lou's house? Suki's eyes sparkled with anticipation. Bouncing and jumping, he asked. Suki, don't cling to Brother Lu Hang anymore. He's about to get off work. Su-ru had a stern expression on her face. Spoke seriously. However, Su-kai looked at Su-ru with a pleading expression. He turned his head to look at Lu Han. Her eyes were filled with longing and reluctance. It's all right, Su-ru. Then I'll take them to my house to have some fun. Anyway, I don't have anything else to do. I'll take them home later. Lu Hang looked at Su-kai's pitiful expression. I really couldn't bear to refuse his request. You're the best, handsome brother. Suki listened, jumped up excitedly, tightly hugged Lu Hang's thigh. A happy smile spread across her face. Upon hearing this sentence, Su-ru looked at Su-kai, an excited expression. He sighed helplessly. In the end, they finally compromised and said, All right, but you arrived at your brother's house. Absolutely no messing around. Do you know? Yeah. Sister, you are so kind. The four little ones instantly became excited. At the same time, ran over and hugged Su-ru's thigh. Su-ru gently patted their heads, then turned to look at Lu Hang, eyes filled with apology. Sorry to trouble you. Wait a moment, I will go pick them up. It's okay. Then I'll send you the address later. Anyway, I usually enjoy playing with kids. Lu Hang quickly waved his hand. It doesn't matter. Listen carefully. You can only play at Big Brother's house for 1 hour. I was at 5 o'clock. I will come to pick you up. Su-ru looked seriously at the four little ones in front of her. Seriously advised. He knows in his heart, if the time is not agreed upon in advance, these little guys, it might go on playing forever. Forgot the time to go home. Oh, but Suki originally wanted to protest. But seeing the look in Sue's eyes, his tone changed, stammering and hesitating. There's nothing to worry about. At that time, it was a little hour. Zio Jaya, and the others, everyone still needs to go home. Listen, Su-ru's tone, with undeniable firmness. Suki originally wanted to say something, but he was directly interrupted by Su-ru's strong tone. All right. He sighed helplessly, although somewhat reluctant, but still obediently nodded. All right. The four little ones. Let's go. Lu Hang walked in front and urged. He turned to glance at the four little ones. At least we can go to Lu Hang's house to play. This made Suki a little happier. Yeah. Hearing Lu Hang's words, the four little ones cheered excitedly. They immediately jumped up, hopping and skipping behind Lu Hang. Hey, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ju too should be back from work now. He kindling glanced at the time on her phone, gave a silly smile. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. After he returned, I want to kiss him hard on the face twice. He kindling lay on the bed. A hand is holding a phone. The other hand is propping up the cheek. Eyes fixed on the time on the phone screen. Thinking happily in my heart. After a while, he turned his gaze back to the photos of Lu Hang saved on his phone. Looking at the photo of Lu Hang, he couldn't help but show a lovesick expression. Ah, I really like it. I like it. He kindling excitedly hugged Lu Hang's pillow, rolling around in bed, muttering constantly to oneself. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Ah, why haven't they returned yet? So slow. I really want to lock you up. This way, you can only stay by my side forever. He kindling complained impatiently. He can't wait any longer. Translation error. but time passes second by second. But his figure was nowhere to be seen for a long time. "I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. I can't take it any more. I will go down to meet him." He Kingling finally couldn't sit still any more, hastily climbed out of bed, getting ready to go downstairs to welcome Lu Hang home. "How far is your home, brother Lu?" "Ah," Suki gasped behind me and asked, clearly tired. "Aha, we're not far now. Almost there. We're just 200 meters away." Seeing Suki panting like this, Lu Hang couldn't help but laugh out loud. 200 meters. Suki showed a look of shock. "Look at you like this." "Forget it, I'll hold you." Lu Hang smiled helplessly. Then he picked up Suki. "There, thank you, brother Lu." Suki is in Lu Hang's arms. Cheered out loud, then provocatively glanced over. Still walking below. The other three little ones. But brother Lu is biased. No one hugs us. "Exactly, exactly. Brother Lu, you are going to hug me next." The other three little ones. Said unhappily from the side. Suddenly a flash came down. A chillingly cold voice. A sudden sound rang out ahead. Jai Jai and Yi Kingling stood straight, like an iceberg, emitting a suffocating chill. Her brows were tightly furrowed. Her eyes were as cold and ruthless as ice. Staring intently. Sukai in Lu Hang's arms. One. Suki's face turned pale with fear. The body trembles uncontrollably. She was like a frightened rabbit, desperately burrowing into Lu Hang's embrace, trying to seek refuge from the fire. And the other three little ones was also quite scared. They all hid behind Lu Hang, afraid to show my face. "Yi Kingling, what are you doing here?" Lu Hang stammered a question. A strong sense of unease surged within. Facing Yi Kingling, that piercing gaze and indifferent expression, she felt herself. It felt as if one were in a world of ice and snow. However, Yi Kingling did not answer her question. Her voice grew colder, filled with undeniable authority. "I told you to put her down." Her gaze was sharp and cold. It reveals an irresistible power. Lu Hang knows deeply. Now is not the time to confront Yi Kingling head on. She is really angry. After Lu Hang put Sukai down, Yi Kingling's violent gaze, it's improved a little. "Brother Lu, this sister is so scary." The four little ones nervously tugged at Lu Hang's shirt. "Don't be afraid. This sister is not a bad person. It's just that today is just right. Just feeling down. You are here. Wait a moment, brother. Brother will go talk to her." Lu Hang had no choice but to respond perfunctorily. I helped Yi Kingling explain it, then rushed eagerly to Yi Kingling's side. "Hello. What got into you this time?" Lu Hang carried a hint of, unresolved, whispered in Yi Kingling's ear, whispered to himself. Yi Kingling did not answer. Gritting his teeth, he stared at her intently, radiating with hostility. "These little guys want to play at our house for a while. You take a look. They are like this because of you. What are we so afraid of?" Lu Hang carried a hint of. Bu Man reminded Yi Kingling in a whisper. Our home." Yi Kingling keenly captured in the words of the aviation talk.